Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. This video is about roles for children in SHTF. Age appropriate, of course. You got to make a judgment call of what age is appropriate for these things. But this is 20 things that a lot of children can do. And people underestimate the ability of children sometimes. They're capable of a lot more than we give them credit for. So give them credit. Teach them, train them. Um, don't underestimate them. They are very capable. Challenge them to expand their horizons, to be better. Just like as preppers, I try to challenge you guys to be better. Children are capable of a lot. So these are the 20 things, not in any particular order. Number 1 is cleaning. Cleaning around the house, stuff like that. Cleaning up stuff. Sweeping, mopping, dishes. Actually, I think that's a separate one that I wrote down. But anyway, yeah, cleaning around the house, general cleaning. If you have chickens, collecting eggs, or any other animal that lays eggs. Collecting eggs is a very good chore for children. Teach them to be careful so they don't break them, collect them, bring them in the house. Feeding and watering animals, really good. Just like filling the dog water, filling the dog food bowl. But same thing if you have animals. Taking feed out there, show them how much to feed the animals, when to feed them, how to feed them, watering, all those kind of things. Pretty simple, but children can do these things. It'll take a lot of the work off of you, a lot of the burden off of you and off of the community, off of whoever you're around. Children can do a lot, so if you have them, make sure you're using them. They're participating. They're part of the community. They have to pull their weight too, even though they're children. Anyway, yeah. So weeding garden, number 4. That's a really good chore. Teach them how to weed properly. It's not that difficult. You may have to go behind and do some of the more extensive pulling up the harder things, stuff like that, but children can do a lot. So weeding the garden. Number 5, harvesting the garden. Picking, the stuff you're producing. That's pretty age appropriate. I know my 4-year-old even goes out there and helps me harvest. So, yeah, they can do that. Let me see. Number 6, watering the garden. That's pretty easy. If you don't have an automatic setup or something like that, go around the garden hose with a sprinkler or whatever. Position the sprinkler, position the garden hose, hold the garden hose, whatever it is. Show them how to, what size spray, how hard the spray is, how long, stuff like that. You can teach them. My kids do that all the time to help out. Number 7, messengers between areas. They can carry messengers. They can have like a little message bag, or they can, you can write down a note, hand it to them, and they can take it to somewhere else, like in from the fields back to the house, or out to a guard post and back, stuff like that. Number 8, delivery of food and water to workers. Have them bring out stuff. People out working in the fields or doing stuff. Have the kids bring them out lunch and stuff, so they don't have to come all the way in and waste all that time. It can help out a lot. So number 9, fetching tools and supplies. We know that children are our fetchers. I'm guilty of that. Hey, go get this for me. Go get that for me. Stuff like that. So fetching tools and supplies. Fetching tools, you got to teach them what tools are, though. If you say, hey, go grab that crescent wrench, well, you got to teach them what it is. So make sure you're doing that. Collecting firewood, going out in the woods and just dragging firewood back to the camp or to the house or whatever it is. That's a pretty good chore for children. Washing dishes. Yeah, washing dishes. My 12-year-old washes dishes all the time. That's one of his chores. Same with laundry, doing laundry. That's one of his, or used to be one of his chores. It's kind of a shared thing now. But, yeah, so laundry. If you're doing it by hand, it may be a little more difficult, so you have to teach them and help them out. Maybe be there with them, but they can still help out. Number 14, watching younger kids, like my 12-year-old watching my 4-year-old, taking care of her, being a big brother, stuff like that. So, yeah, protecting each other, taking care of each other. That helps build, family, community, tribe, that kind of stuff. Number 15, general assisting and holding things. I have my 12-year-old and my 4-year-old help me hold things while I'm doing something. Hold this while I'm cutting this. Hold this while I'm trimming this, whatever it is. Hold this while I'm putting it in, different things like that. 16, small game hunting. My 12-year-old could definitely go out with his high-power pellet rifle and hunt small game. Fully capable. Maybe even 10-year-olds, depending on, the maturity of the child. Number 17, foraging. My 4-year-old can identify 4 to maybe even 6 different wild edibles out in our surrounding area, and she could go collect them. But it may be you may want to give a little bit older children, especially not by herself. You're not going to want a 4-year-old run around the woods by themselves. But anyway, foraging can be a very useful task that children can do. Number 18, garbage and compost. Taking out the garbage, collecting it up, taking it to wherever it goes. And then compost, taking out stuff, putting it in the compost. They may not be able to turn the compost until maybe they're a little bit older. Like my 12-year-old, he could turn compost. Use a flat fork or a pitchfork or a shovel, whatever you have to turn the compost, because compost is important in a collapsed society, SHTF type environment. You're going to need to add nutrients to your soil and take care of it for growing good crops. Number 19, spread the alarm. They can be easily good for that. You could have them run out, if somebody sees something, they could run around screaming, alarm, 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 or something like that, or tell people. They could even be a silent alarm, kind of like the messenger thing. Run back to the house and tell them that, there's somebody coming. Yeah, they could do that. Number 20, I think, is a very, very important one, is run, play, laugh, and have fun. Let them be children. Because I'll tell you what, if you have a community, you're out there, people working in the fields, everybody's working hard, and every once in a while you see some kids run around playing and laughing, that's really good for morale. That'll help raise morale. Just watching the kids have fun and be kids, that's priceless. I mean, that's such a good thing to have. The happiness, adding to morale, uplifting people, helping them to feel better. Very important. So yeah, it's good for the morale of everyone. So those are my 20 things. There are a lot of other roles and things that children can do, but those are the 20 things I came up with. And like I said, challenge your children, push them. Don't overburden them, of course. Let them play, let them have fun. But they can help out in a lot of ways and ease the burden of everyone and participate so that they feel like they're part of the community, of the family, stuff like that. Like they're a valuable asset and a valuable member. That's important for them also, for self-worth. Help them feel self-worth, that they're worth something, that they're very valuable, that you count on them, and that you love them, and that you cherish them, and that they are awesome. And it helps build their self-esteem also, and they're capable of doing more things. So children are so important. Children are such a blessing. So we need to, encourage them, have them participate where they can, but don't overburden them. Like I said, let them play and have fun. But anyway, those are my 20 things. I love you guys. Please prep a little every day, and make sure you're prepping out of peace of mind, out of fear. No fear porn here. Just do the things. Keep your head on a swivel nowadays. Be aware of things and be ready to, take care of business. I love you guys, and blessings to you and yours.